not too long ago, we seen a freaking something that looked like a wolf, man. It was like, I assumed at first that potentially it was a coyote, okay? But on further inspection, I looked at like wolves coming up on like cameras, like trail cams, and in some aspects, this thing that we saw out there in the trail looked kind of wolfy, you know, and so I discovered that there's these things called coy wolves, and it's from the eastern wolf, woodland wolf, mixed with coyotes, okay? And I went back and I looked at the tracks, and the thing about coyotes, if you definitely want a for sure thing ID on a coyote, they have very small paw prints, like almost like a big cat. They're really small dog prints, okay? And I found freaking big dog prints, and I've seen them out there many times, right? So, what if, actually now, if you get a coy wolf, and what if it mixes with the German Shepherd? Because, oddly, in the same area, I seen a German Shepherd running out, and he was just running, he had a collar on, but there's a German Shepherd farm out that way, right? It's kind of like out there, man. Peacocks run around, just walk around, and freaking turkeys and big ass. What are those things called, man? I can't remember what they're called anymore, man. But they got red freaking faces, man. Anyway, I just watched this video about hybrid wolf dogs, okay? And there's all these like dope, magnificent looking wolfish dogs, man. And in a way, and it says it's illegal for people to have these kind of pets, man. And you know, just like I was out there, man, where I seen the big freaking coyotes, man. The coy wolves potentially. There's definitely coyotes in the area, man, but these things have some big prints, man. Like, they said a wolf print was 4 inches wide, 5.5 long, something like that. And these were like 4 inches fucking wide and 5 inches long, man. Freaking, but I just had this kind of revelation that what if those people who got the shepherds out that way are letting them run wild? And one of them got a hold of a female coy wolf, and they had and it had a little breed, and it'd be like, there's the potential there for that to even be like a big old freaking coy wolf, like in a way, like pretty quick, just like one generation or two. And because coyotes have this hybrid breeding instinct, if you had the right combination of dog mixed with coy wolf, and I think maybe that is a coy wolf we saw out there, because I can't tell the difference if it's freaking coyote or coy wolf, okay? I know coyotes are present in the area, so I'm not just jumping the gun and assuming it's a wolf, but it was weird. It had kind of this strange kind of black and gray colored coat, you know, and it was kind of like, it kind of looked kind of wolfish in a way, but there's like many different like wolf dog breeds, and I've actually met a person who had like 4 of these wolf dogs in their house, and when she left me there with these dogs, and they all started to pack up on me, and they were all looking at me aggressively, like wanting me, trying to entice me, you know, like play tug of war. So she would have came back, and I'd have been in there chewed up on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, it's weird, but I could sense that thing like happen quick, where these things just like, they're like, our master's gone. Hey, why don't we see if we can entice this guy into us chewing him to pieces? Like, I'm serious, dude. It was kind of creepy. Like, I had to stand them off all like serious for a second, but it was it was pretty creepy too, to get creeped on by a real, like, big wild dog, man. And this dude said, watch out for wild dogs. He told me that because he knows I walk around out in the woods, because I told him. And he was like, man, I heard of this person, man. They said they was just going to take a shortcut through the freaking woods. And they didn't tell anybody, and dude just disappeared. And then, like, time goes on, and they find the stink of the body, and he has thousands of bites from wild dogs. So it's like, it's quite horrific. And in a way, if it's a coy wolf mixed with like a shepherd, that would be a wild dog. And then they could mix with other weird breeds that are around close proximity to the wild woods. And if they get some free roam, like, look, my brother stays out in Geneseville there, and then every once in a while, his dog gets loose and it freaking runs around. And if there was coyotes out in the backyard and he ran up on a female, and he might, do the dang thing. And that coyote female runs into the woods, has a breed of big old head, big old jawed pit bull coyotes, and then those pit bull coyotes mate with the coy wolf coyotes, and next thing you know, it's like medieval. Lock your doors and come inside and stay in at night, because the wolves are out there, the hybrid coy pit wolves. So I don't know. Look, this is a stretch, but I've heard, like, in a way, I've been to parts of town, like, that are bando, like, everywhere you go. Like, say you were just, it was like Scooby-Doo, that Scooby-Doo music, that, like, horn music, right? And then all of a sudden your van just fucking runs out of gas, and you're walking down the street, and there's houses there, but on closer inspection, they're all boarded up. And freaking all of a sudden you hear some freaking, growling behind you, man, and freaking some howling and some yippings, and next thing you know, you're confronted by a bunch of hybrid pit coy wolf coyote pack of wild dogs, and then you go run into this, banging on this door, and it's bando, and you're just devoured there, and no one was going to hear you scream. It's kind of getting weird like that. So look, seeing how quick Flint shut down, they tore down all the historical stuff, built up new stuff, tore into nature, to build new stuff. Fucking, it's like, but there's so much, like, bando space that literally they've proven already that the coyotes are running right through the suburbs. Like, if you live in a trailer park and there's a golf course that goes by you, they will run through the golf course. And then sometimes when they get hungry enough, they'll hit the trailer park and they'll hit the garbage and run off. But these things are getting more bold, they're more tricky, they're getting pets. I've seen them on trail cams, the coyotes. I mean, I hear them all the time. It's fucking crazy. It's a fun hobby, is listening to where they're at night. But I've definitely seen big prints, dude. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm just freaking, they just seem bigger than they are. But I set a lighter next to them, and they were bigger than the lighter. And a lighter's like freaking, it's like 4 inches, man. Freaking, so, or at least 3. So it's like freaking 3.5. I don't know. I never measured it, but maybe I should do that. But it's pretty interesting. And I mean, they've released wolves in national parks in, like, let's say Yellowstone. So it would seem that it'd only be a matter of time before, even if the wolves don't get out of there, but the coy wolves will. So in a way, they're carrying that gene out, and it's a new way that the wolf gene can reintroduce itself into the common dog, and then go wild again and turn into a freaking, like, they can be like bullies, man. And then they'll reproduce, and next thing you know, you got a bunch of like hybrid, genetically modified, like super attack mutant, dog, man, werewolf type creatures. After the ooze, the green ooze from Ninja Turtles, they somebody had that in their back pocket while they were running away, and they bit into him, and the green gas came out like freaking on Planet of the Apes, the newer version, and the wolves, like, anyway. I don't know, that's a little far-fetched, but the koi wolf thing, this is happening, can't prove it. Maybe I should go find some scat and send it to a laboratory, you know what I'm saying, but I don't know, if just guessing, that probably costs money. And, I could kind of had a little bit of a deficit, you know what I'm at. But I'm going to keep my eye on these things and take a note, and if I ever see it again, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I haven't seen a den, but I'm pretty sure if I got, like, really crazy, I could snoop around and look for it. But I know for sure that there's big prints over in that area, and over by the sledding hill, there's freaking, I seen a German Shepherd just running free there, so that's connected to the horse trail over there behind it. And that's where I seen the freaking koi wolf coyote things, man. So I'm kind of interested to see how this evolves, because they're already in Canada, in Ontario, I think somebody said. So that's a few hundred miles away, maybe 1,000 miles away. But these wolves commonly, if you have a bad enough winter and there's enough ice, they'll walk right back and forth to Michigan across the ice, just like they probably do in Wisconsin, Minnesota, from crossing the ice when it's really cold from Canada. So I know they've seen them up in the UP, like timber wolves for real, and I know they used to kill black bear in the lower peninsula, and not too long ago they like treed a freaking black bear, like really a southern, like really far south, and it's like, I think they killed it right away, like, look, we don't want these things, no way they're gonna populate it around here, type deal, like it was in Kalamazoo or something like that. It wasn't like yesterday or last month, but, so, kinda, I pay attention to these freaking things, so, I wouldn't be surprised if there's koi wolves, but this is a theory of mine, though. I've seen the German Shepherd, man, running around, man, and it's like, look, even if you just let it out to go pee, this dude lives totally remote, right? At night, you let it run around, go pee, you taught it commands, so it'll come right back in, but just by chance, coyote, female in heat, is out there chasing a rabbit, and that thing comes out there, it's like, and then has its way with it, and then it goes and has a litter of hybrid koi wolf dogs, man. So that wolf mixed with dog would be even more terrifying if you had the coyote super reproduce gene altogether, man. It would turn this, like, look, if you had an EMP and like things slowed down and there was no lights and less traffic, like these things, like these like koi wolf, if you just get a few wolves, and then now that you already got koi wolf, when the wolves come back, they'll mate with the koi wolf females probably really easy, and it'd be really quick to introduce now back into the strong wolf population the hybrid reproduction of the coyote. But then if you add in some genetic mutation of the dog, where man has made dogs have kind of almost like some kind of giganticism in some cases, it's pretty terrific, or not terrific, terror, terrific.